Garrett Soloway about sold your Bitcoin quickly. Bitcoin price prediction 2030 to 2050. What might happen to BTC in the long term? The very first cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, BTC, still has the largest market capitalization in the crypto market as of 18 April 2023. Bitcoin has moved beyond being a peer-to-peer version of electronic cash to becoming a store of value and a potential hedge against inflation. So far in 2023, BTC has settled over $20,000, gaining more than 60% from its 2022 year-end price of $16,547.50 amid expected slowing of U.S. Federal Reserve's Fed interest rate hikes. Will BTC volatility continue in 2023? The BTC price hit two-year lows in November 2022, amid the wider turbulence in cryptocurrency markets that followed the collapse of FTX crypto exchange. Although BTC has recovered some losses in 2023, it's still a far cry from its record price, set less than 18 months ago. AG Bell's head of investment analysis, Laith Kaloff, pointed out that over the past 10 years, Bitcoin investors enjoyed the highest returns among other assets, with £1,000 invested in 2013 growing to over £1.6 million today. He said, "Those who have sat out the crypto craze can console themselves with the fact that the number of Bitcoin believers who have captured the full 10-year return is probably as small as that number is large." 10 years ago, Bitcoin was little known, and even the very early crypto buyers would have had to watch their investment double in value 12 times to the peak in 2021 without cashing in any profits. In order to harvest the full 10-year return, they would also have had to casually sit by and not press the intense panic button as their investment fell by 73% in 2018. VP Capital founder Victor Procopenia also noted that cryptocurrency markets reward patient investors who can withstand the inherent market volatility. In an interview with Crypto Investor, he said, "I have seen this volatility play out before. In 2017, the value of Bitcoin fell from $20,000 to $3,000. Now, with the war in Ukraine and rising inflation, we are witnessing instability across all asset classes. Seasoned investors will ride out this volatility, understanding that the market will bounce back. It's important to understand that volatility is likely to continue and the macro situation is going to remain challenging." Novogratz believed that cryptocurrencies would not disappear and that the community would stay resilient. This does not mean the crypto market will bottom and head straight back up. It will take restructuring, a redemption cycle, consolidation, and renewed confidence in crypto. Crypto moves in cycles, and we just witnessed a big one. Novogratz also warned that picking bottoms is dangerous, and if you do, scale in slowly. Bitcoin has a maximum supply of 21 million tokens. In order to reduce the rate at which new Bitcoins are issued, the cryptocurrency was designed to undergo halving events roughly every 4 years. The events reduced the number of tokens released into circulation by halving their supply and making the token scarcer, thus raising its value. The past 3 halving events that took place in 2012, 2016, and 2020 saw the BTC price surge by 9,915%, 2,949%, and 665% respectively. Halvings tend to create buzz and excitement in crypto circles. But do they necessarily mean that Bitcoin's future price will rally? A spokesperson for Capital.com's data team said, "From a historical perspective, every next halving pushes the BTC price surge a little lower, meaning that the effect of Bitcoin halving may be winding down. That doesn't mean that the halving won't drive the price up. However, its impact is notably decreasing every 4 years." Bitcoin's 5th and 6th halving events, which are set to take place in 2028 and 2032, and the halving cycle around them, could be factors shaping the Bitcoin price prediction 2030. Joe Burnett, a mining analyst at Blockware Solutions, believed Bitcoin's halving sessions could be good for its future price projections. This ever-increasing scarcity will be a large driver for the future price of Bitcoin, as market participants search for tools to preserve their wealth. Other factors shaping a BTC price prediction: at the beginning of 2020, the total global cryptocurrency market cap stood at around $191 billion. Our forecasts suggest that this value could grow 4 to 5 times bigger before the end of the decade. despite recent bearish sentiment. Non-traditional wealth managers currently manage as much as $0 8 turn to $1 0 turn in crypto-related wealth. In addition, crypto has the potential to deliver attractive revenue margins. Positive developments in the 2021 BTC cryptocurrency market included the adoption of BTC as legal tender by El Salvador in early September, and the launch of the Bitcoin Futures Exchange Traded Fund, ETF, in October. The first ever Bitcoin-linked ETF offered retail investors diversification, protection, and liquidity, and a new way to get involved in the rapidly growing world of cryptocurrencies. DailyX analyst Tammy DaCosta said, while BTC remained the father of cryptocurrencies, it could face much greater competition from the second largest cryptocurrency, Ether, ETH. Due to the nature of the blockchains, the Ethereum blockchain is a more environmentally friendly option, and the unlimited supply of coins makes it a more feasible option for governments that are embracing the concept of digital assets as a potential medium of exchange, provided that there is regulatory oversight. Rising adoption rates could bode well for Bitcoin's future price. BTC was accepted as a form of payment by over 15,000 businesses as of October 2022, data from Fundera showed, and this number is constantly growing. Mark Bossa, global brand and business manager at HOKK Finance, said, "One or two major players start a bull run whereby they announce the replacement of one asset with Bitcoin. It might be a pension announcing that millions of their members will now have their retirement money in Bitcoin. This news would drive the Bitcoin price sky high. I think many Bitcoin investors are waiting for that to happen. Is Bitcoin a good inflation hedge?" A number of analysts have pointed out the similarities between gold and BTC, which could be another factor driving the price of the cryptocurrency in the long term. A report published by ETF StreamSaid, the similarities between Bitcoin and gold are difficult to ignore. Both are viewed, rightly or wrongly, as a natural hedge against inflation. There is a finite amount of both. They usually have relatively low correlations to equities and fixed income, and they act as a store of value outside of traditional systems, such as governments or central banks. According to DaCosta, while comparisons between Bitcoin and gold were appropriate in 2021, more recent market dynamics show that cryptocurrencies also behave in line with technology stocks. She said, throughout last year, Bitcoin was seen as a potential hedge against inflation, a characteristic akin to gold. However, this narrative has shifted in the first quarter of the year as the direct correlation between cryptocurrency and tech stocks becomes more apparent. Joe Burnett said BTC could be treated as a highly volatile long-term savings account, but not as an investment as it offers no potential future cash flows. He said, "It simply is another form of cash or money. In comparison to other tools that have historically been used as money, Bitcoin is the most scarce. It is the only asset in the world that has no dilution risk. There can only be 21 million BTC. Governments and central banks can create more dollars, yen and euros. Gold miners can find more gold. Bitcoin's unique monetary properties make it more like a new savings technology, rather than a traditional investment." Bitcoin price prediction roundup for 2030 and beyond. Remember that price forecasts, especially for something as potentially volatile as cryptocurrency, are very often wrong. Also, keep in mind that many long-term crypto price predictions are made using an algorithm, which means they can change at any time. The website's Bitcoin price prediction for 2050 suggested BTC could hit $646,234.22. Note that algorithm-based price predictions can be wrong as they use past performance to inform their estimates. Always conduct your own due diligence before trading or investing, and never invest or trade money you cannot afford to lose. Analyst views on BTC forecast for 2030. In 2030, it could be very realistic that BTC will reach $1 million per BTC, given that many funds are just starting to pay attention to it, and many can't even hold it on their balance sheet due to regulations. Falyushin told Capital.com, "When the whole industry will be more transparent and regulated, we are expecting to see new money coming into the market." The analyst expected that by 2030, the $100,000 mark could become. "I expect those trends to continue for Bitcoin, which is well on its way to becoming the digital collateral benchmark in a world going that way," McGlone added. Mark Bossa, on the other hand, gave a more bullish Bitcoin price projection. He expected the token to reach $1 million in the next 8 years. 2023 will be a roller coaster year. Bitcoin to $9,000 and gold to shine. While remaining long-term bullish on Bitcoin, renowned technical trading expert Gareth Soloway sees Bitcoin as low as $9,000 when reading his charts. Gareth has also detailed his plans to dollar cost average as Bitcoin swoons, stuffing more BTC in his bags for an inevitable run-up that he also expects. He then chronicled the timeline following the Lehman moment, suggesting that Bitcoin, similar to stocks, may take 6 more months to reach a bottom following such an event.